Hello, Josie here. Are you ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And are you sure? Okay, here we go. I remember years ago, there was a club that we used to go to. I used to go to, goodness gracious, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, usually weekly. It was my way to get away from home life. And I remember during the holiday times, I was actually staying with someone that was not really a friend. They were only just allowing me to stay there so they could drain from me and do readings on me for my parents. And I was staying with them, and there was an event going on at this club. The club was called Riches. There was an event going on at this club. It was a Christmas holiday thing, and there was this guy that I met online via chat room, or I think it was Yahoo Dates at the time. Don't remember the guy's name, but this guy was he was really something else, I tell you. I was being set up to basically die that night. I went to that party. I was not supposed to make it home. I was actually supposed to pass away in a car accident that evening. And no, it was not because I was drinking too much. Nope, it wasn't that at all. I can actually tell you exactly how it happened. There was a drag queen at the time that worked there. They were a twin. And they were serving up jello shots. And this drag queen came out with a round of jello shots, and she offered me one. Nobody else took the jello shot that was with me. The guy that was with me didn't take the jello shot. I didn't see anybody else take the jello shot as well either. It was just one jello shot. One. And I did not drink heavily at all. I did not drink heavily. And there was something quite funny with this jello shot. It was weird because I actually ended up laying down on the bench outside on the patio of Riches. Something wasn't right. I don't know how long I was passed out for, but I arose, and the guy I was with was hanging out with a group of other individuals. So basically, the guy that I came there with did not want to leave with me. He was going to hang out and leave with other people or whatnot. He basically just used me as an entry into the club, as well as an entry to other people that he could connect with. I don't know where he's at today or what he's doing. Okay, God, just let me know he's dead. God, just let me know he's dead. Wow. Okay. And he's dead for the actions that he did against me that night because, as I said, that jello shot was supposed to, I don't know what was in it. But I felt fine enough to drive home. Didn't have any problem, no issue. And I remember getting on the road. I was in my Pontiac, had the windows down, the sunroof open, and I was going down I-10 freeway, heading back to the house. And this was my parents' house too, which was weird. So I want to say this was weird. That was a weird evening. Maybe I had just moved back in with my parents. I don't know. But I was heading back down I-10, and I don't know how it happened. But I remember there was a trucker, an 18-wheeler trucker, that was right beside. And I don't know what I did. I don't know what happened. But how I ended up at home in my bed the next morning surprises me. because the last thing I recall is that 18-wheeler trucker that was right next to me. And I'm not even going to say that I closed my eyes behind the wheel, but it's almost as if I do not recall how I got home. And I was not drunk. I did not engage in any kind of drugs. I just had the jello shot, and that was it. That was supposed to be the end of my life. And I remember seeing this drag queen probably 6 years ago at a thrift shop in the Montrose, and they had just opened up, I want to say. And I remember the guy that worked there at the time, his name was Cody. He was a real asshole towards me. It was one of those obvious things where he was intentionally not speaking to me, but speaking to everybody else in the establishment. And this drag queen was in there at the time, and he was like, "Oh, thank you for stopping by and visiting the blah, 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 and so on and so forth, and yada, yada, yada." And I remember this drag queen was in my energy and just kind of standing kind of at a distance, so to speak, but looking at me and kind of, eyeing me as far as like, is it real? Is that really her? Is that really the one that I gave that jello shot to? Are they really still alive? And then analyzing my body because she wasn't sure if I had work done or not, and I did not have any work done. It was all natural, sweetheart. But she had this look of surprise on her face, and I noticed that she was kind of looking at me, and I did not make any eye contact with her. I think I looked over in her direction, but I did not give her any kind of attention as far as me knowing who she was or recognizing her. But I recognized her. She was out of drag, and she did not look good. She looked like she may have been sick. She looked like she may have been sick. I don't know what it was, but she looked like she may have been sick. Like she was ill. And I'm, okay, God just let me know, yes, she was sick. No, it wasn't cancer, HIV. AIDS. HIV, AIDS. The guy that she ended up being with, the one that she was trying to reel in and or keep him attached to her because he was always the type that was looking at other girls or interested in other girls and so on and so forth, or whatnot, and he just would not stay still. He would not stay put. I think whatever she did, whatever spell work, it made him stay put, but I don't know if he was the one who gave it to her. I don't know. But she's sick. Is it cancer? You told me. I heard HIV. I heard HIV/AIDS is what they have, and that's why they looked ill. That's why they looked like they were down bad. But it was from their behavior and their actions and so on and so forth over the course of their life. And I could be wrong. No, I'm not. Okay. My apologies. God is letting me know that's what it is. She made her life choices and decisions, and she got involved in some wicked shit. That's it. She got involved in some wicked behavior, some wicked activities. As one of those wicked activities was giving me that jello shot, which could have ended up killing me, and God took the wheel that night. That's the only way I can explain it, because I don't know how I ended up in bed the next morning, and I don't remember how I got home. I do not recall. The last thing I remember is that 18-wheeler right beside me, windows down, sunroof open, something felt off. I couldn't tell you what it was. Next thing I know, I'm at home in bed. It's next morning, and I'm not sure how I got home. Car is fine, no issues, no problems with it. That was God. That was God protecting me and keeping me safe. And the guy that came with me, that should have left with me, the reason why he passed away was also because of his sexual behavior and drugs. sexual behavior, and drugs. The people that he met that night that he deemed were more important than me or leaving with me or whatever, he wants to stay around, they got him involved in sex and drugs. It's almost like sex, drugs, rock and roll, but it was sex and drugs, and that's what ended his life. I'm going to leave it at that. I just want to share a scary tale from my teenage years, because I was a teenager at the time. And this was a party at a club. And yeah, that could have ended terribly, and that was the plan. It was supposed to end terribly for me, and it did not. And it backfired on those individuals. Gotta go. Bye.